Hi guys, welcome to this new class. Today we're going to work on our shoulders. So a little bit of movement, mobility and strength. Just like in our last class where we were focusing on arm balancing, this can be a nice practice to do before practicing into your arm balance. For today we will need 2 blocks. It's not 100% necessary, so if you don't have them you can still do it, but the blocks will sometimes help us to just make these drills a little bit easier than when we do them without. So it's an option. If you have 2 blocks, please grab them or take 2 sturdy books or something that you can place your hands on to use it for our practice today. And at the end we will attempt a little bit a different way of getting into our crow pose where we focus a lot on our shoulders. But other than that, let's dive right into it. We will start in our tabletop position today. So we're just going to place our hands underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. And here we're going to work with protraction and retraction of our shoulders. So protraction is when we push the floor away, and retraction is when we squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now as we move through this protraction and retraction, don't bend into the elbows. Notice how much space you have by keeping the elbows straight, then pressing through the back, so really feeling a little bit of that rounding sensation into the top spine, like in a cat pose. And then like in that cow pose, you just let your chest sink between the hands and you just squeeze the shoulder blades together without bending the elbows. And then protract and retract. And just keep moving like this for just a couple of rounds, feeling that you can warm up nicely through the shoulders. And if you did not do any exercises like this before, this can feel quite intense pretty soon, especially if we lack a little bit of strength and endurance in our shoulders. This is a very nice thing to do every day, also in the morning when we feel a lot of stiffness in our top of our back. Just protracting and retracting is such an amazing thing to do. All right, just do 2 more. Retraction, protraction, last one, retraction and protraction. All right, sit a moment back onto your heels and just shake the arms. And if this was not enough, you can always keep going a little bit longer. And over time it will get easier for sure, but know that if they burn at the beginning, that is the correct sensation, then you're doing it right. All right, coming back to the tabletop. Here, we're going to keep our protraction this time into our shoulders. So we grip our fingers, we push the floor away, protract the shoulders. Now at the same time, feel the depression in the shoulders. So the shoulders are pulling back alongside the back while keep pushing the floor away. Tucking right toes under, extending the left leg back. Pressing the toes down, keep pushing into the shoulders, retraction and depression into the shoulder blades. As you keep engaging here, just lift the left leg up onto the height of the hips. Notice that you're not sinking in the shoulders. Everything keeps engaged as you just lift the leg. Then open the leg to the side on the height of the hip and place the foot down. Back toes stay tucked under. Now here again, keep pushing through the shoulders, depress the shoulders down, and then sit back, keep pushing through and coming back forward, not losing the engagement in the shoulders. So constantly you're pushing the floor away, even if you move back. I know the tendency may be that when you move back, you relax your shoulders. Don't do that. If you're working in this one, better to do 3, but keep pushing the floor away, than that you do 5, but you do them half-ass. So we're just keeping really engaged, even if it feels hard. Last one, sitting back, keep pushing the floor, coming forward, pressing in. And again, protract, lift the leg, and then place it on the height of your wrist, setting it down. Doing the same thing again. Now maybe you don't sink as far back as with the first one, because the hip maybe be impairing a little bit in how we move. Sitting back, pulling forward. Again, not losing the shoulders. Keep pushing the floor away, super strong. Forward, and back. 3, we're going for 5, 4, forward, and 5. Sitting back, coming up, pushing the floor away, then lift the foot, step it on the outside of the left hand. If you need to step a couple times, step a little bit here. Then from here, push the floor away, keep engaging into the arms, lifting the back knee up. And then here, step the right foot outside of the right hand, coming into a Malasana Yogi squat. Now, if you need to, you can always take a couple of steps, or in one step, all the way forward, and sitting down. Now we have a lot of times, it's a little bit more passive when we use the elbows on the inside of the knees to push them out. This time, keep the hands forward, use the strength of the knees, push the hands forward, maybe make fists or flat hands like you're pushing yourself in arm balance. Protraction in the shoulders, keep opening the knees, tucking the tailbone under, staying strong for 3, 2, and 1. From here, standing all the way up. Maybe bringing the arms up, finding a nice little bit of length, bringing hands in front of the heart. Now we're going to bring the fist back behind the back, behind the lower back. Press the knuckles together and feel then the retraction in the shoulders, pulling the shoulder blades together. And at the same time, have the feeling like you want to pull the elbows towards each other. Really feeling the engagement in the shoulders. Then start to lift from the chest up, maybe engaging in a soft back bend. Don't push the hips too much forward, just lift from the chest. Keep squeezing the shoulders and then slowly coming back. Keeping the feet wide, maybe find a gentle fold, maybe having the hands down, and then slowly squat back down. Pushing the hands forward, opening the hips, keep pressing. 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands down. Now keep engaging, pressing in this left foot. Step the right leg back, and step the left foot back. Now for this first one, just go down onto the knees. And here, go through your vinyasa. Again, when we lower down, keep pushing the floor away. Bend through the elbows. Your version, maybe take a nice cobra, opening up through the chest, squeezing those elbows in. Tucking tailbone, the toes under, and just pressing back, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, just roll forward onto hands and knees, back into our tabletop. Doing the same thing on the other side. So keep protracting in the shoulders, pull them back, extend, this time the right leg back. Right leg is pushing back, at the same time protract the shoulders. Keep this engagement and lift the right leg up. Don't lose, don't bend in the low back, keep everything tucked in, squeeze the ribs in, strong in the core, don't lose the shoulders, keep pushing out. Then open through the hips, step the foot outside on the height of the hip. Keep tucking the left toes under, keep pushing through the shoulders. Sit back, 1, and forward, 2, and forward, 3, and forward, 4, forward, last 1, 5, forward. Keep the protraction, lift the back leg up, step it more forward on the height of the wrist. And again, sitting back, keep pushing, 1, and forward, 2, and forward. As far as you can without losing the engagement in the shoulders. There's 3, 2 more, 4, forward, and 5, forward. With control, press through the arms, lift the foot up, step the foot outside of the hand, lift the back knee up, engage, keep pushing the floor away, maybe with a couple steps or with one step, foot to the outside of the hand, hands forward, squat down, open the hips, squeeze the knees out, press the arms. 3, 2, 1. Stand up, make yourself tall, maybe find some nice length, lifting through the chest. Hands in front of the heart, hands behind the back, squeeze the knuckles together, squeeze the shoulders, feel like the elbows are pressing towards each other. Tuck the tailbone under, feel length through the chest, maybe look up, maybe bend a little bit further. Keep a neutrality in the pelvis, in the hips, coming back. Right, bringing the hands forward, this time directly squatting down. Keep opening through the hips, keep pushing, protraction in the shoulders, push that imaginary wall away. 3, 2, 1. Place the hands, push the floor away. This time, left leg steps back, right leg steps back. Option with or without the knees, finding your vinyasa. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, pushing back. And lower the knees down again. All right. This time we're going to use our blocks. So you can place them on the height of your hands where you would have them in your downward facing dog. So we're going to start a downward facing dog with the blocks for our hands. So find the space that is comfortable for you and then press with your hands into the blocks and find that downward facing dog. We're starting with the left leg. Lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. And then step the left foot outside of the left hip. Now we're going to bend the right knee, keep pushing in the blocks. So this will be a nice workout for the upper thigh, for our quad. We're going to sit back, keep pushing, half forward, back, half forward, 3, and forward, 4, and forward. If you need to bring the knee down, bring the knee down, otherwise keep it up. Coming forward, push the floor away, keep ending, pressing really into these blocks. Lift the leg, step it to the outside of your wrist, extend the back leg, maybe bring it a little bit further. Keep pushing the floor away, finding some nice protraction in the shoulders, and then lift the foot, step it to the outside of your wrist, into next to the block. All right, you're going to do a scapular push-up, so the protraction and retraction, push the floor away, retract through the shoulders, push the floor away. As you push the floor away, bring the foot to the inside of the hand, and then step the right foot next to it. Squeezing inner thighs, chair pose. We're going to take Garudasana arms, staying in the chair pose. Left arm on top, right arm under, wrap the arms, grabbing the wrist. If this doesn't go, keep the hands on the outside. Tuck the tailbone under, bend a little bit more. Protract through the shoulders, push the elbows away, lift the arms up. Breathe here for 1 and 2. Just release the arms, bring them up, make yourself nice and tall. On the exhale, fold forward, place the hands onto the blocks. And you step back, high plank. Vinyasa on top of the blocks, always an option, bring the knees down first, or just go through your regular Vinyasa, maybe Cobra or an up dog this time. And then find your way back, down dog. Other side, lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Ready, push through the hands, elevation in the shoulders. Right foot opens, steps to the outside of the hip. Bend the back knee without touching the floor or on the floor. Up to you. A little bit more thigh work, lift the knee slightly up. Push back 1, and forward. 2, forward. 3, forward. 4, and forward. Last one. 5, and forward. From here, extend the back leg, lift the leg up to the outside. Find some nice length. Push the floor away. Keep pushing through the shoulders, very strong. Lift the foot up. Step it to the outside of your hand. This way, we're going to actually lift it up again. And we step it to the middle, we come to the chair pose again, right? So push the floor away. Now again, if you need to, you can wiggle it. Or this time, bring the right knee in, push, step it forward. Back leg, same thing, lift, in, step, squeeze, arms reach, chair pose. This time, other arm underneath, right arm under, left arm on top. Wrap, push, and lift the arms up, press through the shoulders, protraction. 3, 2, unwrap the arms, lift up, inhale. On your exhale, forward fold. Stepping back, high plank. High plank, your Vinyasa. With or without the knees. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward, facing dog. All right, from here, lift the left leg up to the sky. And bring the left knee towards the left elbow. Push the floor away, protracting the shoulders. Push, push, push. Send it back up, three-legged dog. And then step the left foot between the hands. From here, you can open the back foot 90 degrees. We go to our warrior 2. Inhale, open warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Extended side angle, use the hand onto the block. On the lowest or maybe even on the highest, it doesn't matter. Push through the left arm, use that left shoulder, reach up, don't sink in, really push on. And just reach the top arm up. You can always bring it over, but for here, focus on the shoulders, reach. Both shoulders are working here. As you come down, bring the right hand down. Rotate the block back if need be. Push the floor away, really stand on the back toes. And then from here, keep pushing. Protraction in the shoulders. 3, 2, lower back knee down. All right.
We're going to bring the back knee underneath the hip like we're in our tabletop position. So usually when we had a high lunge or warrior two, we need to bring the knee a little bit more in. From here, push into the blocks, protraction in the shoulders, and get onto the tippy toes, lift the heel or push the floor away. And then see if you can flex this foot and just lift it up from the floor. Hold it. 1, 2, and then slide it back underneath the hips. Step it back, high plank, push through the shoulders, and go through your vinyasa. Chaturanga. To your cobra or up dog. Into down dog. Switching the sides. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Right knee to right elbow. Lift and push the floor away. Use the blocks. Lift the knee maybe a bit higher. And bring it back up, three-legged dog. Right foot steps between the hands. Push the floor away here, really protracting the shoulders. Open the back foot 90 degrees. Windmill the arms, warrior two. Engage the legs, inner thighs are squeezing. Bend the knee over the ankle. Push the knee towards the pinky toe. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, find length through the side. Don't collapse too much in the back. Feel lengthening out as you reach. Opening up, extended side angle. The block on your height, if the lowest one is enough, or you're not using blocks at all, that's fine. But don't sink in that back shoulder, in the bottom shoulder. Push through the block, lifting up. Breathe in and out through your nose. Engage the whole body, fully strong. I know it's hard. Then bring the gaze down. Lower both hands down. Rotate onto the back toes. Push the floor away again. Push. Protracting the shoulders, very strong. And then from here, maybe with a little bit of engagement, lifting the leg, bringing bringing the back knee. Getting confused already, we're going too fast. All right, we're going to bring the back knee underneath the hip so that we have the tabletop position underneath the hip. Push the floor away, come onto the toes of the right foot. Push, 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 flex the foot, lift it up. And then bring it back underneath. Tuck the toes, extend it back. High plank, your vinyasa. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, your down dog, push the floor away. Engage through the shoulders. And slowly roll forward onto the knees. Take the blocks aside, we will not need them now anymore. And here we're going to just find a nice hip opening. So we're going to step our left foot to the outside of our left hand. We keep the right hand down onto the floor and we bring the back knee a little bit further so we can press the hips forward and down. Now we're going to press through this bottom shoulder and we're going to open the left shoulder to the back. Really squeeze and retract the shoulders, pull them together. Now you can stay here just focusing on the shoulder. If you like to add, curl the back leg in, squeeze that right heel in towards your buttocks. Don't grab the foot, really activate, really squeeze into that hamstring. If it starts to cramp, just let the foot go, focus on the upper body. Releasing that twist, place both hands down and then step back, high plank. High plank vinyasa, chaturanga. To your cobra, up dog, down dog. From down dog, roll forward, both knees to the floor, and right foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Again, adjusting your stance, pressing in the left hand. Notice that you're not sinking in, you're really pushing out. The right arm reaches up first, like what we did before in our warrior two sequence. We're going to reach back with the right hand. Focus on the shoulders here, retraction down, open through the chest, and maybe squeeze the left foot in. And again, no need to reach for the foot. Again, if the hamstring starts to work, maybe just release. We don't want to cramp up. Both hands come down. Lift the back knee, step it back, high plank. Go through a vinyasa again, chaturanga. Cobra up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, from this downward facing dog, I'm just going to roll forward onto our knees. And we're going to take one of our blocks. So before we didn't need it, but I had to think that we're
going to do a little adaptive way to get towards our crow pose. So last class with the arm balancing, we were just doing crow pose. Here I want, if you don't practice it yet, give you maybe a little different way of getting into your crow pose. So we're going to place the block on the highest setting that we have, and we're just going to sit on top of our block. We're going to keep our feet out a little bit in this 45 degrees with our knees out, just like our Malasana. Finding the distance that is correct for us, that when we sit here, we open the knees with our strength and tuck our tailbone under. Then on the inner side of the patella, of the knee joint here, we're going to place our elbows in. And here usually you can feel a little bit where it sits a little bit better. You don't want to place it really on the pointy part of the elbow, but just a little bit towards the tricep of the elbow. We're going to place it down there, and we're going to flip our hands like we're in a crow pose. All right. So here I want you to focus on flexing the hands. Feel like you're pushing away, like there's a wall or the floor in front of you. You're pushing the floor or this imaginary wall away. And at the same time, press the elbows into the knees. So that would give usually the action of protraction in the shoulders, deep pressing down as you pull the elbows down. So we're not only pushing away, we're also pulling them down, pressing into the knees. At the same time, when we do this, as we push, pull down, and then press the knees into the elbows, you will feel that your spine start to activate. The serratus muscle underneath our shoulders start to activate. And this is all the activation that we need to be strong into our crow pose. Now from here, what we want to do is want to start to lean a little bit forward. Keep this action that we have right now. Now you may lose it a bit as we start to lean forward, but we start to lean out of the block. If you need to, you can always sit a bit more back, maybe come onto the toes, but keep the elbows onto the knees. From here, we're going to lean forward, and then we're just going to come forward, place our hands down. If you lost this activation, again, push, pull, press the knees in, and maybe lean a little bit forward here. You can stay onto the toes. This can be exactly the place where you need to be. We're not going to jump anywhere. So if you have the space, maybe you lift one foot up and set it back down. Keep that activation. Don't lose the strength in the shoulders. If you ever get tired, just come back and relax, and then you could try again. If you have a little bit more engagement here, or you're already attempting crow sometimes, maybe you lift one foot, and then you can see as you lean if the back foot can start to hover off. Maybe just this little tap, maybe this, and then you come back. This can be your full way of learning the crow by using the correct engagement. So again, pressing in protraction in the shoulders, pulling back, so you're pulling the arms into the knees, planting the hands down, keep pushing the knees at the same time, so activating the whole spine, leaning forward, maybe one foot, maybe the second, and from there you just come back down. Take the block aside. If you want to give this a couple more tries, pause the video, give it a go. If you're with me, plant the hands. From here, just step back. Or if you're a little bit more strong in the practice already and crow is easy for you, maybe just find your way from this crow to go to our Vinyasa. To cover our up dog into our downward facing dog. Then from this downward facing dog, just roll forward, high plank, lower all the way down onto our belly. We're going to begin by having right hand underneath the right shoulder. Left arm is going to extend out to the side. We're going to roll onto our side. The right leg is coming up or over, or maybe just extending behind, placing the left hand down. Right hand can stay in front, or maybe can reach behind the back to feel a little bit more opening. Of course, if you have the space, feel free to set the back foot higher. Just doing what feels good here for this left side. If you like to stay longer in this position, always feel free to take a little bit more time than what we take in this video. And slowly roll back onto the belly, releasing the back hand first.
rotating over and switching the sides. Bring the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Right arm is going to extend out, rolling onto our right side. Maybe left foot stepping over, maybe the top hand reaching behind. And twisting open here. And just relax the head onto the floor. If you feel you stay up really high, you can always place a block underneath the head, or just roll a little bit more towards the belly so that you give yourself that space. Don't open up so much that you feel you cannot lower your head down. Find a space to relax. And just focus on those long exhalations. Whenever you're ready, the hand from behind the back is coming back to the front. Rolling again onto our belly. Taking a moment, placing both hands down underneath our forehead. Maybe shaking the hips also a little bit. And then from here, just bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Push yourself back onto your knees. And sit back on top of the heels. You can place the hands inside the lap. Maybe close the eyes for a moment, noticing the sensations in our shoulders. And this is a nice short sequence. We can always make a much longer one if that is something that you guys are looking for. Always feel free to let us know where we can help you with, what we can do to provide more value for this channel. If you like that Shavasana after this class, please feel free to lay on your back, take a moment, just relax everything down. Thank you so much for watching. If you did not subscribe yet to us, please, guys, subscribe to our channel. It helps us so much, keeps us motivated, and we love to bring so much more to you in the future. Thank you so much for joining. See you next time.